Alright gang, welcome back to our 100 horsepower challenge on Ostbeck. You join me, it's now September. Rain is in the forecast, which is not boding well for what we need to accomplish today. Although we do not have to do any harvesting today, so that's really going to be the big problem. But nevertheless, we are heading to the shop here because I already got the drill back. I bought a bag of seed and fertilizer, as you can see. But I also had to buy some kind of cultivator, harrow, whatever. Because the drill that we're utilizing is not a direct drill. So we need to get the field all cultivated up so we can actually use that drill. Now the problem is the drill that only holds 300 liters of seed. It's a very small amount of seed. We may be having to make a bunch of trips back and forth here to the shop, at least initially, but hopefully not. Nevertheless, we've got rain in the forecast. We haven't put anything up at all to be able to protect our crop, but it is under trees, so maybe it'll be okay. We'll just see how things go, I guess. And I forgot to mention in the last episode there, I did put down a tent. That's where I slept last night. That's where we're going to be sleeping for the foreseeable future. And yeah, the drill's over there underneath the trees as well. That's kind of our makeshift yard for now. So let's get this thing set up here and put it down. This is going to be probably a pretty long episode, all things considered, because we have to do this and drill the field and fertilize the field, because that drill only does seed. It does not do fertilizer. So we have got to get a fertilizer as well. A lot to accomplish in one episode here for using the small equipment that we're using. And we don't have a whole lot of time on this series. It's a mini-series for a reason, but if you factor in only doing about one episode a week, there might be a couple of weeks where we're able to, squeeze in two. If we have another series that's ending, or we have a delay to another series for one reason or another, but otherwise, I mean, we're looking at once a week here, so yeah. But keep me honest, gang. I saw in the edit, the last one, there were a few times when I was not in first-person view. I said I wanted to try to be in first-person view whenever I'm talking to you, as much as possible in this series. It's not really a rule or a said challenge by any means, but it's just something I'm trying to do myself. I'm trying to get better at doing first-person stuff. Because I don't do that very often at current. I normally just jump in whenever we buy a new piece of equipment, look at the inside, and then we never go back inside it again. So I'm trying to get better at it, and especially since we're using this old machinery and we don't have even a cab right now. We're all just sitting outside in the open air elements. I think it makes sense. It looks good. I like the way that looks. Now, we're not hitting every corner. I know that. We're missing some corners here on my turns and everything, but that's all right. We're getting most of it. But how's everybody doing today? Hopefully you're all doing well. Hopefully things are doing good for you. Some of you may know, some of you don't. It depends on what series you watch and if you watch all of my series or not. But some of you know I'm an avid poker player. I'm not that good at it. Like, I don't play like professionally or anything like that, but I do play in a league, local league here near where I live. And that local league has multiple different locations, I guess is what I should say. It's a local place, but there's lots of locations around the United States. They all have their own, they all kind of manage and run it the same way, but it's all under one specific thing. And they're doing a Vegas Moose tournament this year, so pretty excited for that. Like I said, I like playing poker. I'm not the greatest at it, but this is really going to test my skill. I do feel like I play okay sometimes, but I want to test myself in a big tournament. I've gone to Vegas before. I like going to Vegas. My wife and I like to go to Vegas, and I've done okay, and I've won some small tournaments, right? But get into a small daily tournament there, but nothing like major like this. This is going to be probably, I don't know, 2,800, 3,000 people, something like that. So a lot of people. So it's really going to put my skill to a test. Or if I have any skill, I guess I should say. I don't know for sure. But we'll find out. So I'm excited about that. It'll be in Old Vegas. If any of you have ever been to Vegas or you know anything about Vegas, you know what I'm talking about. There's New Vegas and Old Vegas. It's in Old Vegas. Specifically, it's at the Golden Nugget. So if you're familiar with Old Vegas, you'll know where that is. The Golden Nugget's a very popular and famous, I guess I should say, casino in Vegas. So pretty excited. It's going to be during my birthday too. So like the week of the tournament is the week of my birthday. Like my birthday is right in the middle. My birthday will be a day of the tournament. So it'll be fun. I'm excited. There's a lot of my friends that I play poker with are all going too. So this should be a good time. In any case, I digress. So this is Farming Simulator. This is not Poker Simulator. So I've done a couple headland passes here, but there's still a lot left to do. So I think at this point it's probably best for us just to throw in a bit of a time lapse here and get this thing going here and get this done. It's going to take a while with the size of the harrow or the cultivator that we have. It's not the biggest one, but I mean that's what we're stuck with, right? We got to just work with what we have and within the means. And I didn't really want to spend a ton of money because, well, first of all, our tractor only has so much horsepower, so it can only pull so much anyway. And yeah, we don't really want to waste money. We're kind of in a crunch to save as much money as possible right now anyway. So we're going to get to it, gang. We're going to get this thing all cultivated up, and then we're going to hopefully get it drilled up. This may be a bit of a time lapse here. I don't know if I'll split it up or if I'll do it together. I guess it just really depends on how long the recording's going for. And we'll go from there. So I'll be back with you shortly. All right, that was a really long time lapse, gang, but it just has taken a long time. They're not wide width machines. They're not fast machines by any means. They're just taking a while, and we're getting there though. We're getting there. We've got about half the field drilled here, at least most of it. And this tractor, although I love this tractor, it just does not have the turning radius we need, and it takes a long time to get into gear and everything. It's an older tractor. I mean, it makes sense, but nevertheless, it's just taking a while. Well, I just all over the road there. Or the road. All over the field there, wasn't I? Whoops. Come on. Come on. Get into gear. See? That's what I'm talking about. It just takes a long time to get into gear, so it's taking me a long time to get this done. But in any case, we're on the way here. I'm going to get more of this headland pass done. I kind of split the field up, as you noticed, I'm sure. I'm going to get a few more passes done here on the headland, and then I'm going to put this on a worker for a period of time. Even though we really don't have the money to put it on a worker, we're going to do that. We're going to start getting rid of some of these trees today. Now, we're not getting rid of all of them. We're not going to get rid of even close to all of them, but we're going to get rid of a good chunk of them, especially the ones that are kind of in the way for our camera, right? There's been a lot that have been in the way for the camera, and I'm having to do some awkward views just to try to show you what I'm doing, right? So I don't like that. I'd like to get rid of those as much as possible. It's not gonna. They're not all gonna be gone today. Not even close. But if we can get rid of a few of them that are causing us some mayhem, I mean, I'm gonna be happy with that. Basically, the ones that I can tell that are really close to the edge of our field, like I'm gonna try to shoot for those first, because those are gonna be the ones that I think that cause us the most mayhem, right? But not bad, not bad. Things are not going too bad, honestly. Should be a good yield for us. Sorghum, you know, I mean, it's a fast-growing crop, so won't make a ton of money, but hopefully by the time the sorghum is ready, we'll have some kind of production. It'll have to be a small one, but some kind of production we can put down maybe to help us out, right? We can use the sorghum for. Whether we, you know, are doing chickens or whatever it may be that we decide to do, hopefully we have something that we can use the sorghum for that will help our process here as we carry along. Because it's a daunting task getting the 250,000. It may not seem like it, but it truly is. We've got one field. We don't have that many months before, well, months, I say months, we don't have that many episodes before FS25 comes out. I mean, we're really looking at, let's see, 4, 8, yeah, like 10, exactly 10, basically. Maybe 9, but not many, that's what I'm trying to get at. And this is already episode 2, and we're nowhere near at 250,000. Now, we do have crop to sell, to be fair. We do have crop to sell, so, but that's not going to get us to 250, and we're going to need that money from that crop sell to do everything else that we need to do on the farm, like the tree work and everything else, right? So, I really don't want to sell the crop today, but we might end up having to just because we need the money, right? We'll see what we can do with the 5,000. We'll see if there's anything we can get to help us with the tree work. But I think it's all going to mostly be by hand, which means if it's by hand, we're not making a whole lot of money off the trees. Alright, so let's put that on a worker for now. We'll let them do their thing here and hope for the best. It's going to cost us some money. We know that already. Now, I do have an axe that I bought, so that's good. So we can actually start chopping down some of these trees right now if we want to. I think the smartest play for us to do first is maybe go around and try to find ones that we know for a fact we can probably pick up by hand. That's probably the smart play, right? I don't want to do a whole lot of tree work on here because I know that's not that exciting, but it's early on the challenge here, and we need the money, so yeah, see, we can pick up those. So that's like things like that are kind of what I'm going to look for. The smaller type of trees. The big trees, I would like to get rid of them because they're going to make us a lot of money, but unfortunately right now I don't think it's in the cards. I think the smaller trees are where it's at. Now, these are not going to be nice to me. This tree kind of sucks. It's actually not doing as bad as I thought it was going to be, but it still sucks. It doesn't really like to chop the branches off very often. You really got to hit the right angles to get them. There we go. That's the best we're going to get off that guy. But these are the kind of trees we're going to look for and try to sell. Now the problem is our trailer is full of crop, so I don't know how we're going to get these. I guess we have to buy another one or do something. I don't know. We have to figure something else out, I guess, for those. This is too big. This one's way too big. But basically, I'm just going to kind of run around here. I won't do a whole lot of this on camera because I don't think it's that exciting to watch. But I'm basically just going to run around here and try to find all the ones similar to what you just saw. And if I can knock all of those down, while it certainly isn't going to be perfect, it will help us with turning around and having the trees in the way, right? And then I'll have to see if I can figure out about what to do with these. I mean, I would love to do a production, but I mean, $5,000 isn't probably going to give us anything. So I don't know. I guess I'm going to have to play with it some more, is what I'm trying to get at. So let me do that. Let me knock down a bunch, and let me, all the ones at least that I know we can pick up. And I'll stack them all up here at the entrance, and we'll figure something out. Alright, so the worker completed their task, and I have not removed every tree on the outside, not even close, but you can just see just by looking at this way. I mean, look over here. Look how much it's opened up these areas here, just taking out those twig-like trees that are always in the way. It's helped out a lot, so we still have a lot to do. It's these trees, really. It's those trees and then this tree. This tree and this tree are the ones that are the problems, so those are the ones I'm focusing on. There's still quite a few, but once we get rid of those, it's really going to open up this area, and it's probably going to be a lot easier to see what's going on and not so many trees in our face, especially when we're trying to do recording or anything we're doing, right? So it's going to help out tremendously. Now, I've got all the trees lined up there. I don't necessarily know if I'm going to do anything with them today. We may, but we've got other things we need to accomplish today. Specifically, we've got to go get a fertilizer spreader. And we got to put some fertilizer down on the ground here. That has to be done. No, I forgot I got to fold this thing up. So that has to be done before we can do anything else, before we can progress in doing anything else today. So let's go find one. And I will be back with you once I decide which one we're going to get. It's probably going to be a relatively cheap one just because we don't have a whole lot of money right now. And we necessarily don't really need a big one right now either. Alright, so we with this lizard here. It's actually pretty pricey, the 1,200. That's really more than I wanted to spend. However, it does allow us the possibility to do lime within it as well. It's probably going to be a lot of refilling up whenever we decide to do the lime, but nevertheless, it will kill two birds with one stone. I don't have to buy another, lime drop or spreader. So we can do it all together here. Now, I don't think I will be able to do the lime today. We might be able to do the lime, actually. Yeah, we probably can. Now, we're going to kind of modify the rule ever so slightly that I said in the last episode. I'm going to allow us to jump months, but not overboard. So I can't jump like, I just drilled this. I couldn't jump. Well, he didn't finish it. He missed a portion. I got to touch that up. But I'm not allowed to basically jump from, September until this is ready to harvest. I can't do anything like that. But if we've done, we've done a few months and there's not really a whole lot left for us to do because we don't have any money or whatever it is, I'm going to allow us to do it. Maybe it's slightly cheating a little bit. I don't know, but we're going to allow it. We're going to allow it. I think it's going to be hard enough as it is to get to 250,000 based off of what I already discussed with you, right? With how much time we actually have left. I think it's going to be hard enough. So I'm going to allow that to be legal. So long as, I don't break the extra little add-on rule that I just said there, right? You can't just jump from the month you just drilled to the next month when the thing is ready to harvest. You can't do anything like that. So Otherwise, we're gonna say that's fine. Let's say you have canola or soybeans in there, you know, that it takes a while to grow, and you've, you know, done 2 or 3 months after you've drilled them. I think that's fine. I think that's fine. I don't see any problem with that. All right, there. Now it should be done. Let's just look at the map and make sure that I didn't say that wrong. Yeah, we're good now. It's all growing. There's not really anything missed except for maybe some edge pieces. Here comes the rain. Here comes the rain. We were kind of waiting for it, right? We knew it was going to be here at some point. We at least got the whole field drilled before it did get here. Before it got here. But this is probably not really the most ideal time to be fertilizing, but we're going to do it anyway. We're going to do it anyway. We're going to kind of start where we normally do. I don't know how good this width is going to be, so we're just going to kind of hope for the best here. Kind of go similar to what we've been doing with the rest of them. I'm assuming it's going to be a similar kind of width. Maybe, actually, I did notice it was a little bit wider than what we've been doing. I think it was like 8 or 10. So it's actually pretty significant increase from what we're used to, but we're still going to kind of roll with it pretty close, just because I want to make sure we're not missing anything. This fertilizing here is key. So yeah, look at this. It's opened up this area big time. Now, I will say to you right now, you can still see some of those trees I was talking about here. It won't allow me to cut those, so those must not be on my land. So that's unfortunate, because that's a section that we always have issues with so far, where it's kind of in the way when we're trying to do turnarounds and things like that. So, but it is what it is. Not a whole lot we can do about it. Sorry, neighbor. In your field. I would love to buy that field, but that field is expensive. We probably should look and see if we sell the canola, because we still have a decent amount of canola, if we could buy it. I doubt it. I highly doubt it. I think if it was ready to harvest when the canola was best to sell, we'd have a good chance. Maybe. But I don't think... it's probably like 50 or 60 grand. So I don't think we're going to quite be there. We're just going to be just short of that, but we can look at it and try to do some calculations in our head here early on to see if we can figure it out. All things considered, though, even though I'm a little concerned about getting the 250,000 and the time that we have, I'm pretty happy with what we've got accomplished so far. I probably should have did a little bit of this actually in the last episode and made it a little bit longer, but I didn't do it. So this one is making up for it, right? This one's going to be a nice long episode, so this is making up for it. Now, I might be wasting a little bit of fertilizer like we talked about, right? I probably could, push it a little bit more, but I'm just making sure that I don't want to have to go back and do something over a second time if I can help it. Watch out, deer. Don't float this time, please. If you didn't watch the last episode for whatever reason, go back and check it out. Pretty early on, we find some deer just up in the middle of the air somehow. Way up in the middle of the air. I think there was some glitching with the trees, potentially, but they were way up in the air. Reindeer out there. It looks like we might get just lucky enough to get this done without having to go refill up the fertilizer. I want to do the lime, but my concern with the lime is that we're going to have to make so many trips back and forth, and lime is not cheap. We might have to wait on the first one. Oh, see, I'm screwing this up. I was trying to take a shortcut. I shouldn't have done that. Oh, well. Nothing you can do about it now. But the lime itself, what I was trying to get at, the lime itself is kind of expensive, right? So we don't have a whole lot of money to play with. And I want to use some of this money for hopefully finding something to do with those trees. I don't know if we're going to find anything for $4,000, but I'm kind of hopeful. We're almost done here. All right, fertilizing's done. Let's see. A bag of lime is going to cost me $350, and it's 2,000 liters. We'll buy 2 bags of lime. We're going to do it. I mean, I want that full yield, right? I don't want to miss out on the yield, so we're going to do it. I'm just going to unload the rest of the fertilizer somewhere in this vicinity. That'll work. At least it actually put it somewhere that wasn't in the way. That's what normally happens to me, is they unloads it in the middle of where I'm driving at. Let me go fill this up. Alright, we're back. This is going to be gone real quick. I already know that. But let's just do some of it and see how it goes here. This is going to be gone quickly. Look at this. We're already almost gone. This is part of the problem with doing the lime. Be a lot of trips back and forth just to do this lime. And we basically touched nothing. I really need to have something to bring all those bags back here. But I don't really have anything, so... guess I have to suffer through just going back and forth and doing this. This is, really not ideal. This is actually probably going to cost me more as far as wear and tear, gas, everything else. It's probably going to cost me more to do this than just to buy something else separately. I think what I might end up doing here, gang, just, you know, make a change on the fly here. I'm going to continue to make lime required, but I said originally I might not do the lime in the first one until we're able to start upgrading some of our equipment. We might be at that same situation here, where I just go ahead and do the rest of this, what's in here, the 350 liters in here, and then just say we'll leave the rest of the field as it is, and it'll be a slight, you know, loss of yield, but it won't be that bad. Perhaps I shouldn't even have lime requirement on, but I'm gonna leave it on because that was my initial plan. Just we'll take the little bit of loss here. I'm just going to go kind of untraditionally down the middle here, just to try to make sure we hit as much as possible, and that way I'm not wasting anything. Alright, so we're going to call it there, gang. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll be doing a lot of tree work probably in the next episode. Hopefully I have some plan sorted out with the trees in the next episode, and hopefully we can start putting down some other kind of productions of some sort to help assist us here, because we need some kind of assistance. We're hurting. I could go sell, like I said, the canola right now. I just don't want to. I don't think it's the best approach. I think I should wait at least until next month in October and maybe sell it then. It will be better. The price isn't terrible. Right now it's 3,308, but it can get up to 3,828. September it goes up, October it goes up. It keeps going all the way up until December. So if we can get another 100 or 200 bucks out of every 1,000 liters we have, which there's not many there, I think that's really, really good for us and really smart to do. So we're going to leave the episode there, gang. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button if you're new. It's free. It helps me out a ton. And, yeah, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you all next time.